Hi. We are now going to cover one of the most important topics in the world of computer programming: character set and tokens. This is what we will be covering in this chapter. It will help you master the vocabulary and grammar of the C++ programming language. The basic concepts that you master in this chapter remain universally relevant to the structure and built-up of almost any other programming languages. So here we go. We will take a quick brush-up of some of the most essential facts you must know before we enter the world of programming. Let's start with data, information, and program. Programming languages are used by developers to write software programs or applications that provide smart solutions to specific tasks. The basic operational nature of any such program involves data input, data processing, and information output. Data is the basic unit of any information. When data is processed, we get useful information. Information is the processed data. Value of information is based on the requirement, and on its receiver, or the beneficiary who handles it. Program is a set of instructions given to the computer in order to perform a specific task. The task could involve storage, retrieval, and processing of data, or information. What are program instructions? Program instructions are prepared with predefined symbols and words that can be understood by the compiler or the operating system, based on some strictly followed guidelines known as syntax rules. C++ program instructions are translated by the compiler to its machine-readable form, for program execution by the operating system. In Java or Python, it is the interpreter, which translates program instructions to its machine-executable form. The C++ compiler understands C++ program instructions, translates it into machine-readable form, and executes it to run the required functionality. During program execution, both the raw data like for example 14 and 18, and processed data like 14 plus 18, are placed in memory locations for being stored, or retrieved. Memory locations where data can be temporarily stored for being processed, can be variables, or constants. A variable stores data value in the computer's memory for reference, or for processing. The value of a variable can vary, or change, as required in the functional process of a program. A variable can either be referenced by a name, or by the physical memory address where it is stored by the operating system. A constant stores static data value in the computer memory, for reference or for processing. Constants cannot be changed. The type or category of data being placed in a variable is known as the data type. Different data types include characters, strings, numerals, decimals, array, structures, enum, class, etc. How are variables connected to data types? Variables can be declared anywhere in a program. The minimum amount of memory that can be managed by a variable is the byte. A byte is of 8 bits, and so can store single characters, or small integer equivalents ranging between 0 and 255. For example, the data type char is used to store a single character into the memory. Large data is handled by grouping several bytes. Groups of bytes manage the memory allocations for larger and different types of values. In C++, int allocates 2 to 4 bytes. Long int allocates 4 bytes. Double allocates 8 bytes. Variable declaration is the process of declaring memory space to store value for a specific data type. For example, int age mark. Here two variables of data type integer are declared. The variables are named age and mark. Variable initialization is the process of assigning appropriate values to a variable. For example, int age equals 18, mark equals 75. Here we initialize variable age with value 18, and the variable mark with value 75. Typecasting is the process of converting the data type of a variable into another data type. For example, float of a divided by b, where a and b are integers. The result will be in decimal fraction. I will make it clear. Usually, if a equals 7 and b equals 2, then a divided by b will give 3.5. However, in computer parlance, since a and b are integers, the result will be an integer. So, result will not be 3.5, but 3. However, if a divided by b is prefixed with the keyword float within brackets, the result of a divided by b will be converted to its decimal fraction. In this case, 3.5. This is typecasting. Dynamic initialization is the process of initializing a variable at runtime by an expression. For example, float f_average equals fsum plus 5. Here, the value 5 is added to the value stored in variable fsum, and is then assigned to the variable f_average. The entire vocabulary and grammar of C++ can be divided into two: character set and tokens. The character set is a collection of characters and symbols that the C++ program understands. It includes letters, digits, white spaces, and special characters. Tokens are the words that we use in a program. Such words are used as identifiers, keywords, data types, and symbolic constants. Identifiers are words used to name the variables, constants, functions, classes, and objects, etc. Also, data types can be broadly classified into three: primitive data type, user-defined data type, and derived data type. Now, let's delve deeper into the vocabulary and grammar. As just seen, programming languages follow a vocabulary and grammar broadly classified as character sets and tokens. We will first look into the C++ character set. The C++ character set includes characters and symbols that the C++ program understands. These character sets are grouped together to form the commands, expressions, words, statements, and tokens for the C++ coding language. Characters that can be used in C++ are grouped into the following four categories: letters, digits, special symbols, and white spaces. C++ character set includes the following: capital letters from capital A to Z, small letters from small a to Z, digits from 0, 1, 2 up to 9, special symbols as listed in here, and white spaces that include blank space, horizontal tab, carriage return, new line, and form feed.